Hi, welcome to ConvinceMeAudio. Today we have the review of these STARLIGHTs. Let's talk, shall we? These IEMs come in at $700, $800 originally. They come with this nice carry-in case for on the go. Tips, more tips, and that's it. That part is utterly useless. The case can't be used in the pocket anyway, so it's a bag thing. These IEMs, the cable is silver plated, braided, not too bad, but single-ended, so you might want to replace that. A very, very small shell design. It's sort of based on the Anol VX, but as if somebody had it described to them and didn't know exactly what that meant. Because you got the little notch here where your finger, your thumb and your index finger goes. So you can slot it into your ear like this. The underside is completely flat, so there's no groove for your ear to settle in on, and that I'm not happy about. The bore is very short but very broad, so these are shallow fitting IEMs. Not too bad for some people, and awful for other people with narrow ear canals. Okay, the mentality for these IEMs is throw everything but the kitchen sink in it and hope it works. We have a dynamic driver made of carbon nanotubes. We have a pair of Signon balanced armatures, and we have 4 Signon E-stat drivers. Just like the unique Melody Mest, it's a multi-driver system obviously, apart from the bone conduction. The integration across the board, where the crossovers meet, is very, very apparent. They have very different colorations from the bass region to the mid-range region to the treble region. Now, this is a V-shaped IEM, but with some refinement. I wouldn't say it's as refined as something like this, the IER Z1Rs. Of course not. These cost like 700 and this is like 2000. But you get the idea. There is a problem with the V-shaped tuning they've gone for. It's treble focused forward and mid-bass focused forward. So anything in the sub-bass is just gone, and anything below the treble region in the mid-range is just, there's like a hole there, it's like a scoop's been taken out. And I don't care for the soundstage on these either. It's very, very cone shaped. It's like this, so it's wide here and then it tapers off to a point. So when you get your side images, it comes across here and it goes behind you a little bit, which is great, but everything seems to triangulate forward like this into a point, and it feels like there's not much behind the singer when they're singing, like over their shoulders here and here, because that focus there has been brought forward in front of you here. So it gives this triangular soundstage. I don't care for that at all. These are highly detailed, very, very, very edgy. They do not have any form of smoothness. So I pray your source is not really bad quality, because it's going to screech. Imaging is good. The imaging is good on it. You do get nice separation, you do get nice layering, but the soundstage holds it back because everything is contained in this triangle shape here. So it feels like everything is a bit misplaced and like nobody knows where they really need to go. It's like cinema in the dark. You never know where your seat is and you end up sitting on somebody's lap, and unfortunately this is what this is doing. Sometimes it kind of collides with another sound that it shouldn't be doing right there. I don't care for the staging on this at all. But imaging is not too bad. That brings us nicely to how this thing sounds and who it's for and what genre of music it's for, because you most certainly cannot throw every song you have in your library at it. These STARLIGHTs are for somebody who enjoys V-shape. First of all, that's their preference. That is quite crucial. Second of all, they like classical music, they like refined music, they like strings, they like drums, they like violins and guitars. They're not into EDM V-shape, like the exciting, incredible Z1Rs here, IER Z1Rs. With the IER Z1R slightly V-shaped, you can throw anything at these and it will magically make them perfect. These, no, you can't throw EDM on it. at all. You can't throw certain pop songs or R&B and things like that on it and think that the V-shape is going to make it exciting. No, it's more for refined classical and jazz. It sounds really, really good with acoustic. It sounds really good with these specific niche genres. Their sensitivity is around 103 decibels, give or take a few decibels, and their frequency response goes from 20 Hz to 23 kHz. So quite a big range and quite sensitive on paper and quite easy to drive. They most certainly are not. You cannot drive them with this Oppo HA2 SE. The frequency response goes all out of whack and the treble becomes far more forward than it already is. And the bass region just goes berserk. And it's no sub bass, it's just pure mid bass, and no, not good with those. But with this, the Death on Ray Honey, it has been the best pairing yet, because it tames the treble a little bit, it gives the bass region a lot of focus, and due to the incredible imaging on this Death on Ray Honey, it's very, very good. Let's break down the frequency response. Treble. It's very detailed. It's got a lot of edge. So when you listen to an IEM like this one, the Nanna's, it feels lacking in detail when you replace it with this. It overemphasizes the treble region, but not in a bad way. It just has so much detail and it's not smooth either, so everything just pops. Now, for some people like myself, this is rather fatiguing, but for those people who like V-shaped and for those people who like treble, I think they would enjoy the amount of detail and air and spaciousness you get up there. Because whenever the track has a good focus on the mid bass and on the treble region, these shine. These are, then you go, ooh, oh yes, I will reach for these next time because this is amazing. But for those times when the track has been mixed more in the mid-range and in the sub-bass, the emphasis is actually more in the other frequencies, these fall apart completely. And you just go, oh no, off with you. The mid-range, for what there is okay. It's scooped, it's dark, it's veiled. There's not much focus on it really. It's very sad. That's my weakness. I love mid-range and I'm sorry, this doesn't have it in the slightest. Not at all. Vocals are very present. It's big. It gives it good air and the treble region gives it that nice detail. The bass region gives it body, which is fantastic. It actually does sound really good for vocals. Not bad at all. Not on the go. Not on the go unless you have something like this, unfortunately, because it needs power. But on a desk, it sounds nice. The bass region, I wouldn't say is very textured. I wouldn't say is very nuanced. I would just say there is enough of the mid bass there for you to enjoy what the music is presenting. There is absolutely no sub bass. It rolls off around 40 Hz or so by listening. I don't know the frequency response. I don't look at frequency responses much really. I'm just, from my ears and my listening experience, it doesn't go anywhere below 40. It's not even there for show. It just rolls off. But the mid bass is very emphasized. So who do I think this is for and is it worth it? I wouldn't pay $700 for these. This seems to be the trend over the last couple of reviews. I feel a bit sad about it. But no, I would not pay $700 for these at all. I think these are $300 IEMs. If you find them used for that price, fine. But if you're a V-shaped guy or girl, and if you love classical, jazz and acoustic and it's your main listening preference, or you have too many other IEMs to count and you want something that actually completely focuses on this range and on this area, these are another good one. They're very comfortable. The fit is a bit meh because it's got nowhere for your ear to grab hold onto. It's all flat. It's all flat here and it's just badly designed. But they're very light. And they're comfortable if you can get the fit of the tip sitting perfectly. So, to summarize, these are okay, not worth $700 and have a niche market. I think at this price point, these is what you should be looking for. The Kinera Nannas, 100%. But these used go for about 550, 600, and they are far more versatile, sound far more pleasing, and they are far, far, far better for your money. I would like to take a moment to thank Eskimo Bob for sending this, mate. I really do appreciate it. You're a star. Thank you so much again. Amongst all these IEMs, where do these sit sound-wise? How many tigers will I give it? I will give it 2 tigers, and there's a specific purpose for that, because these are good at what they do for the genre they've been chosen for, and that is classical, jazz, and acoustic. I don't think they're good for anything else at all, but for those genres, they are pleasing. And if you've got a good source like a Honey or something like a A90 or something like that, which will power them exceptionally well at a desk, 100% yes. If you'd like to see more reviews like this and see it before everyone else and discuss with me as the products are coming in for review of what I think and ask me questions about your setups, please consider joining our Patreon and join our private audio lounge private chat where I can talk to you and send voice messages to you and reply to you that way. All the information will be down below. And I would like to extend a great big thank you to my Patreons for actually keeping the audio lounge chat alive and for supporting the channel right off the bat. It's very, very much appreciated. I am Koji CEO. I will see you next time. Peace.